It is my pleasure to introduce you to Ismay.
Hello, I'm Ismay, and you're listening to KALX Berkeley, and this is the best radio station west of the Pecos. As far as I know. And I know everything. All right, well, I'm going to play a couple songs off Desert Pavement. It's just me here and my old guitar. I'm going to start with Stranger in the Barn. Well, that song was based on a real story of something that happened to me. I went up to my family's ranch. We bought it about 12 years ago after the '08 crash, maybe a little later after that. And we went about a mile up a dirt road, and there on Sonoma Mountain was an old barn filled with lots of old stuff, old saddles, old bridles, and it had seemed that somebody had been living in the barn. Some kind of wanderer. And that's what that song was based on. The real stranger that was in my real barn. This next one is also off of Desert Pavement. It's called I Called You Up.
You up 4 times or so, and now you're free. grass to dying grass. I wish you come for me, but I'll let this pass. 'Cause I'm all grown, you've got your life outside my own, and at 25, if I don't hear from you for a while, I'll find a way to unbind, 'cause I'm no longer a child. I'll see you're apart from me and wait by the phone for a while. 'Cause I'm all grown, you've got your life outside my own, and at 25, if I don't hear from you for a while, I'll find a way to unbind.
Well, I gotta say, it's the applause is in my own mind, and that's what counts in this business. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I have a friend who rode her horse across Nevada. Her name is Samantha Zazorka, Nevada Long Rider, she goes by. And she wrote this amazing true story down once that I read on her blog. I followed her journey riding a horse across Nevada 2 times. And she told this amazing story about one time when she was out in the backcountry in the Nevada desert, and she was just riding there with her horse on the dirt road when down from the mountains came a wild stallion. And he was very scary looking, covered in scrapes and cuts and bruises. And at first Samantha was very afraid, but what she realized was that this stallion wasn't looking to harm her. He was looking to join her. He'd been kicked out of his family. It happens a lot with young stallions. And he didn't want to be alone. So Samantha allowed this wild stallion to ride along with her. And they went on down the road, camped overnight, and woke up the next day and set off as the sun rose. But then, in the middle of the day, Samantha got to a fence and a gate. And there's many of these across the West, across public and private land. And what happens is when you get to a fence and a gate, you're not allowed to allow wild horses through. You got to keep them on one side, whatever side you found them on. So Samantha had to go through that gate, and she had to close it behind her and leave that stallion behind. So I wrote a song based on that story from the perspective of the stallion that was left behind.
Dawn of the day, and I find myself alone. I have been here since dusk, amongst the stones and the sky and nothing else, save for some brambles and brush. I used to be with others like me. Dawn of the day, and I find myself alone. I'll perish here without much. Just yesterday, the sun in middle sky, heat in the dust made me blind. So I laid down neath the tree and fell asleep, but I awoke to find oh, I stood to see no one else there but me. In this canyon I'm good as dead, round I run in frantic strides. Neath the banyan I laid my head, left behind when the sun made me blind. But then ahead I hear a sudden sound, horse and a woman astride. I run to them and follow as I can, just then behind, then beside. turn to see someone else there like me. We walk for miles and I am not alone. Oh, I'm back where I want to be. And this canyon was good as dead. Now together I could cry. Please don't leave me, stay forever. We could be a group just us three. But then ahead I see a sudden sight, a fence that is going across. I run to them, but I just have to stand, and they travel off as I wait. And now it's just me, canyon walls, all I see. In this canyon, I'm good as dead. Round I run in frantic strides. Neath the banyan, I laid my head, left behind when the sun made me blind.
Well, I'm thinking I might switch up guitars in this situation over here. Gonna be crossing county lines, so to speak. This is a steel string I was playing. It's an old Oahu Hawaiian style guitar from the 1940s. And I'm pulling up a nylon string guitar that is from Bavaria. And it's got a rounded back for those who are guitar nerds. It's a bit of an odd one, but I like it. I'm going to sing another one from the record. Surprise, surprise, nobody's surprised. But this one's based on an old folk story from England about the Derby Ram. And the story is that this giant ram came into town one day. And it was so large that one hoof covered an acre of land. And its horns were so tall that they knocked the sun out of the sky. And the wool was so thick that it took all year to shear it off. And what that means is that by the time they finished shearing the Derby Ram, all the wool had already grown back. So this song is another kind of change in perspective one, and it's the story of the Derby Ram, the giant ram, but told from the perspective of the shearer who cut the wool from the Derby Ram. This goes out to all you shearers out there. We always think of you. Let's make sure this thing's in tune, huh? All right.
I was rounding up my flock when Father called and said I should make my way down. Was a job there for a shearer, and our money every year a short supply. I made my way down the briar line path, and I was cold when a shadow did cast. Dark in the sky and dark in the land. There before me stood the giant Derby Ram. Back so tall that eagles nested, some attested, wool was as deep as oceans wide. Took me 7 months hands to shear him, and when finished, found that my family's fortune turned. Wool of the ram filled the bags by the thousand, money made for to buy a new plow, and riches abound, and my family was able evermore to have a full table. I am rounding up my flock, and Father calls and says, "Dinner's ready, come sit down."
Well, since I'm already up here, I might as well tell you guys one more story and play you one more song. Let's see. This is going to be Golden Palomino. And this song is based on another true story from Life on the Ranch. What do you know? Pardon me while I tune. And this song is based on a true story of something that happened to me. I was out feeding the horses and the cattle in a pasture one day. There were 2 horses and 2 cows living in one pasture. And I went through the gate, down the old barbed wire, rusty sagging fence with the hay in my arms. And I knelt down, spread it on the ground. But then, as I was starting to stand up to go back home, I saw out of the corner of my eye, oh my goodness, one of the cows was running right at me. He was really scary and big, was almost mature by that point. And I had to make a choice. I was either going to have to go back to the gate, which was pretty far, or to the sagging old barbed wire rusty fence that I didn't think I was going to be able to make it over. But I had to choose. And the choice that I made was to go for the fence. So I turned around to my left, and just as I was turning to go towards that barbed wire fence, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a flash of gold. One of those 2 horses, a golden palomino named Boogie, got between that cow and me and saved my life. And so I wrote this song about that. So this song goes out to all you horses out there listening. We're not forgetting about you, just like the shears. This is a very barn-friendly set today.
I stepped outside my door, worried about the lightning today. Walked down to the barn and I stacked up my arms full of hay, as I do in the evening time. So I dropped the feed barreling on the cow did run me, and then I tried to go, but it was too quick, and I saw a flash of gold and white in it. stood still and I stared with widened eyes at the horse that was there. He had just come between the cow and I with his aspartame hair, palomino all golden to me. So I dropped the feed, barreling on the cow to run to me, and then I tried to go, but it was too quick, and then I saw a flash of gold and whiteness. I stepped outside my door, worried about the lightning today.